have operations that they shouldn't have. A lady in New Zealand came in. She could not raise her hand past this. The German war. No, not that. Okay. And she was scheduled for an operation a month later. When she left, she was laughing and trying to touch the lights. She canceled her operation. Well, why would you go further? Interesting one too is a lady in just to the west, Stony Plain, west of Edmonton, if you've heard of it. It's not far from here. She had come in at age 26. Now this was about a good 8-9 years ago. And age 26, and she sort of walked in a bit like this. So being very observant, said, "Problem with your knees?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Tell me about it." So she'd sat down. Since the age of 8, she's had a problem with her knees. So 8, and she's now 26. No, 10 and 26, about 16 years. So I said, "Have you done anything for the knees?" And she said she's had 3 operations on each one. And I said, "Did it help?" And what do you think she said? No. Not even close. So I said, let's find out what it's all about. So in the session, I said, let yourself go and take you back to why you have the problem with your knees. A lot of our aches and pains come from specific incidences in a past life, but sometimes it's called wear and tear. Doing the same thing over and over in another life, but often the emotions will bring it up. So I said, go to it. And within a moment, she said, it's about 400 years ago. I'm a very fat black lady in Africa, and I'm down by the river washing clothes. Now, because of her size, they only give her that one job, because a lot of times they used to mix it up. She was washing clothes. Then she said, but the river has rocks on the edges. It's a rocky river. And then she said, and she's kneeling on the right knee on that big rock, and that's the knee that hurts even more. Next to the end of the session, you can tell me, it's not, you remember, you don't float away, no la-la land. And I said, how did she feel, though, doing this job? And like a lot of things, unfortunately, women were treated like dirt. We've all been male or female. No future, nothing to look forward to. I said, do you ever have that happen in your current life? She says, yes, my current job, she said. Okay. A lot of people have jobs like that. That often triggers it, too. So what happened is that we finished that session, and when we finished, took care of a couple of the items, I said, stand up. She stood up. The look on her face was priceless. She started doing knee squats. I didn't know she hadn't done them since she was 10. So easily. She went out to see her parents. They had brought her down because she didn't drive well. And she showed them, I never saw 2 people, their jaws almost hit the ground. They couldn't believe it. And I actually have come across her physically. My wife teaches some energy thing, and we happened to be up in that area. So I came to pick up Debbie, and she had a class. And this one woman looked at me and says, hi, remember me? When you've seen a few thousand people, sometimes, give me a clue. Okay. She said knees, and instantly, because I remember this is that area, it was her. And I said, how are you doing? She said, my knees are perfect except for one thing. The weather affects the scar tissues on her knees that she didn't need.